performance of John Williams' show music that got
Ooh.
pushed to next year.
Oh, okay. That'd be
Okay.
cool, I bet.
Yeah, I can still buy
Yeah,
tickets
'cause
for $81 a pop.
That's not too bad.
It's not horrific, but for a full family, because we were thinking of bringing the kids too.
Oh, well, now,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's pretty...
But I mean, it's we didn't go on a vacation this year because the world's on fucking
the world
fire
is a shit show.
everywhere.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. And who knows? We may go to this concert and it may get shot up in this current climate. Who the fuck knows
Yeah,
anymore?
who knows? Not me, that's for sure.
Yeah, talk about bringing the room down. Anyway, you guys ready to record?
Yeah, I'm ready to start if you guys are. Woo.
Sure.
All right, let's get started here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpier
Hi.
and the Nymph.
Hello.
We got a ton of stuff to talk about this week. I'm looking at this monstrously huge show notes we have here for just releases. So I'm just going to do a quick plug here. If you'd like to, this is a listener-supported show. If you'd like to support the show with your $1, you can do so over at e1m1.cash.
The ones and numbers.
The $5 a month tier is a recommended one over there. You should go check that out. As Pharaoh Reigns says here in the chat, it's the best podcast on the internet. You better believe it. Go support us over there. Have a couple of production notes here. We have a brand new episode of Game Club out right now. It's for a brand new game called And Roger. It's a bit of a challenging game. It is $5. It's about an hour, and if you want to go check it out, it's best if you go in knowing as little as possible. So we of course have a spoiler warning like we always do in the episode, but this is really a game. If you want to go check it out, it bears repeating that kind of going in knowing as little as possible. I think sort of improves the kind of gameplay experience there. Our next game, we're going to play another scary game here or potentially scary game here. For October, we're going to be checking out The Exit 8. That's going to be our next game here. So we're going to check that out for next month. If you want to play along with us, I think when we looked, it was like $2 or $3 on Steam or something. Like, it is incredibly cheap. We do have a brand new game we're going to be starting for We Rogue Like It. We're going to be doing Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Which is a game that I'm really struggling to get all 4 words of the title correct when we're talking about it every time. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor.
DRGS, bro. DRGS.
That's right. Yeah, get the DRGS. If you watched any of my stream this last week, I think you probably have a pretty good impression about how our conversation is going to go on that show for the next month. If you haven't, then... check out the show when it comes out here in a couple of weeks, or get it early over on the Patreon. Get it 2 weeks early. I think that's it, unless I've missed something. Moon, what have you been playing this past week?
Yeah, well, we'll start with Deep Rock Galactic. I've been playing way too much Deep Rock Galactic. Way too much Deep
The
Rock
original
Galactic.
or Survivor?
Survivor, specifically. As my cat tries to kick down my... Put your face away!
Well, I'm just going to write that down for a title.
Yeah, that's what I'm writing. Yeah.
Racing.
There
will
is
do
like
that.
a little gap underneath my door where like the draft excluder has broken.
Mm-hmm.
So Louise has a habit of reaching underneath the door, holding it in that gap, and like, yanking it backwards and forwards.
Father, I hunger. Father.
My cat
And
does the same thing with the doors in our bathroom, the cabinet doors.
Yep.
Because we had to put child locks on them because she'll sit there and do it. But now, since she can't open them, she'll sit there and rattle them. So you have
Oh
to
my
yell at
God.
her to get out of the bathroom.
Oh, cats. I love them.
So I literally turned around and looked at the door as it was vibrating on its hinges, and then I just see that cat glow eyes from underneath through the gap under the door, as Louise has got her face shoved against the floor, staring me down, and it's like, bro, come on.
Give me a break.
Anyway, now that Louise seems to have hopefully moved on, fingers crossed. I didn't spend time replacing my light bulb, as video watchers will notice.
Sure. Mood lighting.
I'm too lazy to do that right now. Yes, mood lighting. And also it hides the bald spot in my beard when I have my microphone open and the lights down low. you'll go play Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Like,
Play along with us. We really like it.
yes,
Yep.
it is one of those games where, like, pre-recording, me and Boston were like, "Hey, vibe check. Hey, vibe check. Uh-oh."
I think the direct quote was, "This is going to be a problem."
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Like,
Uh-huh.
in the best ways for that
Yeah, the
kind of stuff.
complimentary problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Deep Rock Galactic, and other than that, the only thing I've had any time to play at all this week. Wait, did I play any of that? No, I really only played Helldivers 2.
Oh, right.
Trying to get those orders done so I can get my medals, so I can get my pistol, my shotgun, my SMG from the Halo set, just to see how they run. So apparently, starting at level 10 now, it unlocks weapon customization. So you can change attachments and stuff for your weapons. So you can change like the sights, you can change things like that. You can customize the way it feels, the way it shoots, just
The
for you.
spread. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Downside of this, the Halo 1 you can't customize. So I was very
Sure.
annoyed.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Understandably,
Yeah.
but annoyed. You could do it. You could fix this problem by having the attachments and the various looks from the different Halo games in there,
Right.
and being like, oh, this one has a slightly different sight, this one has a slightly different barrel, this one is longer, so on and so forth. But you can't. So
Bummer.
I unlocked the DMR, the original DMR, so I'm using that a lot because that's like my go-to weapon. Yeah, this game is great and fun and stupid and chaos in all of its best forms and all of its worst forms at the same time. Like, I really like this game, and I really wish I had more time to play it at this point, where I'm just like, yeah, I want to jump in, but I've only got 30 minutes.
Right.
So I guess that means I'm going to go Deep Rock Galactic Survivor again for the next 30 minutes while I play this thing.
Right.
My problem
Because-
too is my son's been wanting me to play Helldivers 2 with him again. It's like I don't unfortunately have time right now to do a whole run because we're
Right.
also at the point where we're playing on higher difficulties and those are even
Yeah,
longer.
a medium
so...
is 2, and anything
Yeah.
above that is like 3, and it's like, bro, no. Like, no. And I'm such a completionist, fill my bars, please, that it's just like, I'm just gonna, if I'm launching it, I'm playing every single one of those missions.
Yeah.
I don't care what
That's
it
the other
takes.
thing, yeah, because you don't want to miss out on the medals. Yeah.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
you get more and more medals for completing, was it 3 missions, depending on what planet and what mode you're playing, or what difficulty you're
difficulty,
playing? Yeah.
Yep. So like on the medium difficulty, it's 2, and you get like 2 medals for doing 1, and then 4 for completing the second mission. And it's like, yeah, give me those medals, please. I need the medals. I need to unlock more stuff because I have a problem with
need
this
to fill the
game.
bars,
And
please.
The problem is oh yes, that is
So many
100% part of the problem. And so the thing I've noticed between playing Helldivers and Deep Rock Galactic is that itch has arrived again.
Mm-hmm.
That itch to just fill the bars. I'm so glad I'm not playing any of the Battlefield games anymore
Yep.
because oh boy, if add that into it, it would be a problem. But I'm like, Deep Rock Galactic is doing it. Is Survivor is doing it to me to the point where they've made a very successful roguelike Deep Rock Galactic game because all I want to do is load up Deep Rock Galactic
Yes.
and fill those bars too.
Right.
Like I'm just
2
like,
sets of bars.
oh. I mean, I could just go and start digging these holes again
That's
and
right.
getting all because Deep Rock Galactic does the same thing other games do, where it's just got a bunch of free content laid on top of everything that you've already got, and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh no, no,
Oh boy.
why?
The worst part with
So-
Helldivers, though, is that too when you're looking at like your ship upgrades and stuff, it's like you're almost there, buddy. You just need like 3 more rare
4 more missions.
components.
That's right.
Yeah.
One more run. You could get it on this very next run. I believe in
And
you.
then the
Uh-huh.
worst part is you're there for the rare components, but you're the only one who's there for the rare components. So you're off looking for the spot to find, or the rare samples, I'm sorry. And you're the only one touring this entire map, and the rest of the group's like, what's this guy doing? Why is he out there by himself? It's like, you
Right.
guys don't understand.
I
Like,
need the samples.
So that actually happened. I came home and I think I was like, it was after I got a shower or something, and I just turned on my Xbox, and a friend of the show, Rob, was playing by himself. So I was just like, I'm just gonna jump into his, not thinking to myself, he's level 37, I'm level 10.
Oh, right.
You can do it.
So he was
Super
on an
easy.
extremely hard difficulty
Running
mission
and screaming, yeah.
That's right.
against the robots.
Oh,
jeez.
Jesus.
And like, I just dropped in. I started helping wherever I could, trying not to be a hindrance. I'm pretty sure I did dome him once while trying to shoot somebody behind him.
Well, that's
It
just gonna
happens.
happen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he also killed me with a 380 millimeter high explosive barrage that goes on
Sure.
for like 10 minutes. So all's fair in love and democracy.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because we're literally running around and there's like 3 or 4 red spots on the level, but we've only got like 2 resupplies left. So it's just like he tagged the exit point. I was like, yeah, that's fine, because we weren't even on microphones at this time. I literally
sure.
just jumped in. We didn't jump into a party. We just communicated using the in-game menus because it was like 12:30 at night at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we just did that. And then on the way there, I happened to see, like, I got one of the question marks. I was like, oh, he's found something. So I just went up and to see what it was. And it's like, oh, 2 of the super rare purple samples.
Oh.
There's 2 on the entirety of the map, and I have just found them. So, like, I found them, and then we just boogied to the escape place, and it's just like, this is great. I've got, like, 50 orange samples. I've got 2 super rare samples. I've got 11 green samples, and everything I need is green samples. It's just like, come on. I need the most common of them all, and I can't get it.
Right.
But yes, I love Helldivers. I love Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Do not be surprised if you hear me start saying Rock and Stone again really soon.
It just happens. It just comes out.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the achievements for Deep Rock Galactic, by the way?
Survivor or the original?
Survivor.
Well,
the original on Nightmarish.
Talking about it on stream, but when you buy it on I bought it on Steam. When you buy it on Steam, you know how when you have it selected in your library, you have that big kind of like pane of glass information of like, here's the game, here's the launch, here's how many hours you played, and then over in the corner it says achievements 0 of 300, and I was like, it's one of them, huh? Okay, great, okay, cool. I'm just unlocking them like candy.
It's even got 300 achievements on the Xbox version and
Impressive.
2,000 gamer score.
Dang,
just so you're aware of that one too.
Nice.
I did finish a run with the foreman, which you'll hear me talk about on We Roguelike It next week.
Yep.
And I did get the achievement Diggy Diggy Hole. I'm just saying,
Perfect.
It's fantastic.
There you go. That's all you need.
I love fourth wall breaking achievements too.
Yeah.
But yes, that is literally all I've been playing because
Hang on.
I am short.
Before you move on, did you guys talk about how much the Survivor game is currently?
Oh no, it's like 20 bucks. Or 12 bucks, I think.
No, it's on sale right now on Steam for $9.09.
Oh yeah, there's been a bunch of we saw that when we were talking about something else. There's like a big sale on a bunch of random stuff, and they're all $9.09. Yeah.
Yeah. I might pick that up too.
Yeah.
Is it the publisher? Is it 909?
Yeah, is it published by 909? I don't know.
No, published by Ghost Ship Publishing, developer Fun Day Games.
Okay. I don't know why there's a bunch of stuff that's on sale, but that's great. It's even better deal than the one I got.
Yeah, and it's like 12 bucks. It's like 12 bucks on the Xbox.
Yeah, normally
it's
it's
on
12
Game Pass,
bucks.
so.
Oh yeah, Favor's right. It is on Game Pass too. So, yeah. There you go.
That's all I've been playing. Nimp, take us away.
Boy, I have not really played anything. If you want to hear me talk, you should spend $5 and hear everything I talked about on the pre-show today.
There you go.
So, all I really played was first Berserker Khazan this week. And by this week, I mean today. I did not have a whole lot of time. And the worst part is, too, so I've progressed further. I am 2 missions further in than I was last week.
Okay.
And I got to a boss, did not have any problems with the boss, but the boss drops really good gear that's pushed more towards like the greatsword setup, like a build.
Now I see the rub.
Yeah. And it wasn't until 45 minutes before we started the podcast that I finally got my last piece of armor that I've been grinding for all day today.
There you go.
So I guess that's a flaw that I don't like about this game is the drop probability.
Yeah.
It feels like a gotcha game in a weird way,
Right, like
which is kind of funny.
crossed with like the Monster Hunter kind of thing of like, well, this one boss has the parts or the equipment I need to make
Yeah.
this set that fits my build and does the yeah.
Now, to be fair, so like I said last time, there's common and then there's like rare versions of each equipment drop.
Right.
The rare purple version gives you 2 extra, I guess, like attributes to add to your stats and stuff like that. The regular common one just gives you 1. So I normally grind for the purple so that way I can get the full set, and then I've got the extra attributes, and they usually do more damage and more defense anyway.
Gotcha.
However, I had been grinding this boss so long for just the helmet. I had the sword, I had the chest piece, I had the pants, I had the gloves, I had the shoes. I just needed the helmet. And I had grinded this boss for so long that I got purples in everything else
Oh jeez.
several times over before I finally got the stupid helmet,
Oh
and
my
luckily it did drop in purple.
Oh,
So I'm like,
thankfully.
cool, done. There is, however, you don't have to be a weirdo like me. You do eventually, as you progress through the game, you will find I forget what they call them, but basically like parchment of like the schematic for all the boss sets.
Oh sure, okay.
And you do have a blacksmith that can craft these for you. So if I wanted to, I could have just used crafting materials once I found the parchment and eventually just craft it. But I like grinding.
Well, it's
And
not
we
as
were just-
fun for you. Like
Yeah, and we were just talking about filling bars.
that's
and
right.
It's like I will sit here and listen to 5 podcasts while grinding this one.
That's right.
Hold on.
So
I have to clarify here. 5 at once or 5 back to back to back?
5 back to
Is
back
that-
to back.
Okay. I was just going to say, because if it's 5 at once, we need to have an intervention.
That's right.
No. And yes, they were 1.2 speed.
Sure.
But I mean, not horrific.
Oh, you're one of those sickos. Okay.
For certain podcasts, I
Sure.
will up the speed. There are other ones where no, I don't.
Yeah.
But it is really funny too when I don't realize, like when I download a podcast and it didn't do the time scaling. I'm like, why does everything sound so slow? Oh,
Right.
It didn't update. Anyway,
Right.
that's off track. But yeah, so I now have my gear set. I am now able to do fun, new, cool stuff, and I am now able to continue playing the game.
Right.
At this point, looking it up real quick while we were recording, I am roughly halfway through the game. It looks like there's 18 total main missions, and I'm sorry, 16 main missions. I'm currently on the 8th main mission.
Okay.
And that's not including like the side stuff that you can do. And I'm going back through into levels and picking up like items and stuff that you can find and things. So I'm having a blast with this game. It's a lot of fun. So
Nice.
I want to wait until I get to the end of this game, but I feel like because it does also have a difficulty option. It does have beginner, normal, hard, and I think hardcore. And the hardcore one is like a real hardcore. If your character dies, you wipe and you
Right.
start over again, kind of thing. And I want to wait until I beat the game, but I feel like unless it throws something hellacious at me at the end of the game, if you're someone who's like, I kind of want to check out Souls games, but I don't, they all seem like a bit much. I feel like if you throw this on beginner, this may be a good like introduction to a Souls game kind of thing. And because the levels are all kind of like bite size, it's not like a Dark Souls where it's like, I just spent 2 hours in this area. I'm lost. I don't know where to go.
Right.
I'm cold. I'm wet.
I've been poisoned for 90 minutes.
Exactly. It doesn't have any of that. It's like usually I feel like each mission is probably the longest one I've had about 45 minutes ish.
Oh, that's not that bad.
And that was a lot of me specifically looking for a soulstone that I couldn't locate. I could hear the stupid thing. I couldn't see it.
Right.
And then I found it. So, but yeah, so I feel like this could be a good offering for people who are like, oh, I'm kind of interested. It's like, yeah, this may be the one to check out, but
Right.
I'll have more on that once I beat the game. But outside of that, like, I didn't play anything. I didn't even play Division 2 this week. I just had no time, unfortunately. So that's all I played this week.
I did play a little bit of Division 2. was checking out some more stuff from the current season. I did the seasonal. Oh my God, what do they call it? It's the weekly ones where it has like 3 objectives. Scouts.
Oh, the manhunt.
Yeah,
The scout
the
manhunt.
Scouts. I did the weekly one, and every week it's like nothing super exciting every week, but we've been talking a little bit about it lately. Of like, I like going in every week, and I have a little bit of new stuff to do. I spend a 3-hour long stream. I do a bunch of stuff, and then I kind of don't play it for the rest of the week, and that is perfectly fine. So I did the 3 ones this week. They were pretty okay. Nothing really bonkers. I am so far kind of interested to see where they're going with the storyline, because it continues the storyline from the end of the last season, where at the end of the lesson you recruit the manager. You save them.
Yep.
And the audio logs for this season so far have been the division sort of interviewing the manager, and a lot of being like, okay, what do you want to do here, man? Like, do you want to be with us? Do you want to be with Black Tusk? Do you want to do something else? Like, you really need to think about sort of where your allegiances are. And that's been pretty interesting so far. And I spent a bunch more time doing the seasonal journey stuff, and I've unlocked the kind of like core seasonal thing. Like when you go into that menu, you have the like icons on your back.
Yeah.
I've unlocked. You start with the kind of core one, and then I did enough stuff to unlock Journey 1 and Journey 2, which is like, I think like 6 objectives out of the 8 in both. And I did have to farm one of them, because one of them, there were like 3 of them, and you had to not go out of your way to do, but you sort of had to keep in mind to do. One was headshot 25 snipers, and I was like, well, I'll do that over the season, but that's not going to happen right away.
Hold down and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the other one that I made some good progress on was get 2 headshots in the same clip against assault enemies. Those are the ones with the 1 chevron. And I was like, all right, that's fine enough. I've got a rifle. It does pretty good headshots. I was like playing some of the weekly challenge missions on normal difficulty and just kind of doing that. And I played like a couple of missions, and I was still at like 12 of 25 or 13 of 25. And I'm like, ugh, all right. And the other one was like, okay, I should probably just do this. And Fayror, a friend of the show, Fayror, was like, hey, if you go to this mission at the very beginning, you should be able to do this. And it was kill 10 enemies with grenades. And if anyone hasn't played the Division, you're like, 10 enemies with grenades, that's super easy. Yeah, grenades in the Division don't do anything. Like, they tickle the enemy, and as soon as the enemy sees grenades, unlike every other video game enemy that like looks at it and goes, oh, it's a grenade, they run away from it, and they like dive out of the way. So 95% of the time you throw a grenade, it doesn't hit anything, because the enemies just see it, and like probably real people would, they just get the hell out of the way.
I think I had one time where I was able to chuck a grenade, and the timer cooled off fast enough for me to chuck another grenade, so that way I threw the first one, they ran away from that one, and as they were running away, I chucked the other one, so they could either stay in the one that I threw at, or they had to run back into the one that was about to go off. And I think that's the only time I've ever used grenades or got a grenade kill.
Yeah, and I think the one she had mentioned was Viewpoint Museum, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And basically, like, the first group of enemies you run into, they don't see you, and there's, like, between 3 to 5 enemies that you can blow up with a grenade at once. They're, like, clustered up perfectly. You throw a grenade, you blow up however many you do, you run back to the entrance of the mission, you start the mission back over, and you rinse and repeat until you get your 10. It took me, like, I don't know, 4 runs or something, because sometimes there was a purple enemy in there, and they didn't blow up with one thing. And now that I've done that, I have all of the modifiers for this season. And and those are all the like the ones we were talking about recently with like this one is for the this one faction. It takes away all of your armor and you can't aim down sights. You can only hip fire, but you do a ridiculous amount of damage. And so there's a seasonal journey for each one of those. So like each category will have one that's focused on those. So I picked one that seemed the most fun, and I don't remember what one that was. It was like skill focused. And I'm just starting to play that one. So a lot of it is like, hey, I'm playing more Division 2, and it's still really fun, and it's still really great. So I kind of can't complain too much. And like we've been saying, it's kind of the great way that a good live service game functions, which is I have something interesting to do every week for a little bit of time now that I've kind of reached the end game, and then we'll just kind of keep moving on from there and not play a whole bunch every week, which I appreciate. What I did play a whole bunch of this week, though, is Hollow Knight Silksong. That was definitely the thing that I have spent the majority of my time with. It's the thing that I'm kind of like itching to play every single week and thinking about the most. I did one-shot 2 more bosses this week, Savage Beastfly and the Great Conchflies. Both of those were really fun fights. People were really complaining a lot about Savage Beastfly online, and I didn't struggle with it at all, really, but I think because of the order that I've done things in, it's like the thing that I really like from Metroidvanias of I'm sort of doing things significantly out of order. So I think I fought that boss way later than you're intended to, so I was much stronger than I would be if I had fought him a couple of hours ago. So going through that boss fight is like, well, this is a way more simple pattern, like a boss pattern, than a lot of these other bosses, and I'm way stronger than I think I would have been before. So that was a pretty fun fight. I then fought easily the hardest boss that I have fought in this game, the Last Judge, which is like, from my understanding, is an optional boss. You can take kind of one of 2 paths to Act 2, which I'm now in Act 2. One I just found that I didn't even realize I hadn't yet found an entire area, which was the alternate area to get into Chapter 2. But the Last Judge was just a real so-and-so of a boss. I think I was joking about putting a death counter on screen, and Bilsiford went through and found out how many times I had died, and I died 17 times to that boss alone. It was just a real like a real son of a gun for that boss. Go ahead.
You're an official streamer right now. Why don't you have a death counter?
I know.
Exactly.
I haven't gone through.
Brought it up last time.
I haven't had the time to go put it on screen.
Yeah. Tuesday nights, drink every time I die night.
That's right. No, please don't do that. Please, I beg of you. But that was the Last Judge was actually a really fun fight because the boss was really punishing me for being too aggressive. It's one of those bosses of like, the pattern that she's doing is very clear, and even when she moves on to the second phase, and her attacks change in kind of a seemingly minor way, but everything kind of changes in a significant way. I was getting punished for not taking the safe hits, and I was getting punished for like, of course I can do 3 hits on this boss at this time, why wouldn't I? No, you should be doing 1 and getting out of there, because you did 3 hits, and that's great, but she just hit you for half of your health. in like she just juggled you for 2 hits, and that's half of your health or more. So like a lot of that was kind of like, I am my own worst enemy on this boss fight, and I'm being punished for it in a way that I understand. That's why I'm being punished, and I'm just gonna try to not be my own worst enemy. Now that I'm in Act 2, I am surprised and impressed at how much more obvious the story is becoming. And this is kind of like a minor spoiler. I'm not really going to get into too much of the story, but I appreciate how much the story is taking to task those within a faith that is taking advantage of their fellow people in the faith in a greedy way, and it's very much like preying on the faith of your fellow people in a way that's really gross. Like when you get to this, so when you start the game, you're at the bottom of this area, and the gleaming citadel is at the top, the place that all of these pilgrims want to go, and it's this holy journey that they're taking part of, and it's a very dangerous road, and there's enemies and traps and everything, and a whole Metroidvania map that you're going down, and there are people taking advantage of them at every turn, and there's no more kind of naked greed in this game than something that I think it's called Pilgrim's Rest. It's basically like way up this area, and it's the perfect place for pilgrims to rest their weary bones, and it's the safest place you could be. You got to pay 30 rosary beads to get into it every single time, and he's still gonna sell you stuff when you get in there anyway. And like once you get into the citadel, one of the first benches that you rest on costs 15 rosary beads every time you want to rest on it, as opposed to the normal benches that are just free to use every single time. So it's like all of this stuff is really starting to shine from a storyline perspective, and then there's a lot of stuff that we're seeing in the story of like only the holy work, and like the more you work, the holier you are, and no employees are allowed to die before their time is over. So it's this very gross kind of like taking advantage of like capitalist nightmare sort of thing that I think is really, really interesting. And I think the story in the first one was good. Like, don't get me wrong, and I think a lot of it was that kind of Dark Souls thing of like you're getting the story and you're getting all the stuff that's going on by the descriptions of items or small descriptions in the environment, but because of who Hornet is, and I think her character is really cool, you're getting way more voice acting, you're getting way more text, and you're getting way more story out of this, which I think makes it for an even more appealing game than the first one. It's still real hard. Like, this game is incredibly difficult. I've gotten a bunch of upgrades, and I actually got an upgrade. This is a minor spoiler too. I got an upgrade to one of my crests, which is basically like, in other games it'd be called like a stance or something, or like a loadout, or like in the first game it would basically be like if a bunch of the crests synergize together, it'd be kind of like a build. But in this game, it's more distinct of like you're running this crest or this crest or this crest, and their movement is different, their attacking is different. Sort of infamously, their downward angled pogo is different. So like one of the first ones you get is basically the Hollow Knight, the first Hollow Knight move set, and you can do the like slash downward attack to do pogoing for that instead of the 45-degree angle, which people seem to really like, but I really don't, because now I'm used to the kind of angled pogo, and can't switch off of that. But I got an upgrade to that crest that basically, when you fill up your silk, which is your basically it's the same thing as the first one, where you attack enemies, you fill up a bar, and then when you do like a magic attack or you heal yourself, it depletes a certain amount of that bar. When you have that full, you do more damage. And so it's basically this kind of risk reward thing of like, I can potentially be delaying health or healing for myself to build up this meter to do more damage, but when is that going to kind of screw me over in the end of like, I should have healed myself to make it through this fight instead of trying to beat the fight faster and take advantage of the healing. So that's been a lot of fun. I fought easily Hollow Knight's saddest boss fight, which was the Cogwork Dancers. I'm not going to spoil that because that was a very, very cool boss fight. But it's one of those boss fights where you finish it and you're like, I didn't feel good about that at all. I didn't feel good about anything I just did or how that fight ended, and that was a real bummer the entire way through. That just really sucks. And now I am exploring the Citadel, which is massively huge. Like, I knew that was going to be kind of a larger area, but I don't think I was prepared for how big that area was going to be. And I don't think I've unveiled the entire area quite yet either, which is really pretty scary. I did have a really great... The last thing I'll talk about, I did have a really great Bloodborne moment where I didn't realize that getting attacked by a certain enemy was going to remove me from the game and put me in an entirely different area
Nice.
that I then had to fight out of when you don't have all of your tools. So that was pretty fun. I'm not going to mention too much more of that because that was basically like, oh man, that enemy got me, and it's like, wait, why is there a black screen? Wait, where am I? Like, what just happened?
I think that was almost scarier. Was like you didn't get the "you died" screen, you just got a black screen. You're
Right.
like, wait, what's going
And
on?
I'm like, wait, did I mess up? Like, what just happened? So that was a lot of fun, and kind of like going back through that area after you recover your equipment was a whole lot of fun too. I'm having a blast with this. I think my save file says I'm a little bit over like 12 or 13 hours at this point. And it's the thing that I've been playing. I think I streamed it 3 times this past week. So like it's the thing I'm just racing towards playing, and I'm making all these notes on my map of like, okay, this thing's here, or like, oh, I have to go buy a key to open this thing, and I found a whole new area that I like haven't even been to that I'm excited to dive into. Like, the whole thing has been really, really great, and I really love it, but the majority of people that are online that have complaints about it, about like difficulty and runbacks and move sets and all that stuff, they're right too. Like, I'm not going to come here and say like all of these people that are dropping it because it's too hard, they're wrong. No, they're right. This game is incredibly hard and significantly more difficult at the beginning than Hollow Knight 1 ever was. And there are a bunch of platforming challenges that are all super tough. And I got a new movement thing that makes a bunch of other platforming things sort of tougher and more challenging to do. And like, I'm finding all of this stuff in the environment that I did have one major complaint that I ran into that I sort of realized on my last stream. The thing I'm a little bit tired of doing in this game is you're kind of wandering through an area and you walk into a big room and the walls close around you and you're going to fight a couple of waves of enemies. That's fine, and like, I never minded that in Hollow Knight 1 outside of the Coliseum. It just happens way too often in Silksong. It's like, I'm doing it in some areas, I'm doing it twice or 3 times in a single zone, it's kind of a little bit too much, especially when they start like sending like a bunch of big enemies at once in one wave, and then you gotta fight like 4 or 5 little flying guys that are zipping around all over the place. It's sort of like, okay, I get it. And like a lot of times when you finish that room, you don't really get anything. So like you just kind of get to continue in the area. Sometimes you'll get like a mask shard, or sometimes you'll get like silk spool. So you're getting like a piece of an upgrade, but a lot of times it's just like, cool, you did it. Keep on moving. And that has been a little bit frustrating with the number of times that has happened. If I was only dealing with it once every in a while, and like I wasn't really getting a reward, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like I'll just keep going. That's not too big of a deal. But that has been a little bit frustrating. But it's not dampening my spirits. Still having a lot of fun with Silksong, and still the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, and the thing that I'm kind of like not regretting that I'm only playing it on stream, because I'm not playing anything off of stream right now just because of how my schedule works. But I was sort of fondly remembering playing the first Hollow Knight on my Switch while my kid was taking a nap. So like she was young enough that she's like sleeping on my chest after I gave her a bottle, and playing through Hollow Knight like on my Switch with my headphones in while she's sleeping, and thinking of like, now here 7 years later, everything is pretty significantly different, and I don't have like multiple hours long chunks in the day to like keep making progress in Silksong. So that's been kind of funny. But Silksong is great. I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast streaming it. I'm having a blast everybody clipping the dumbest ways that I am dying in every stream, good-naturedly, because some of them are just like, I fell in that pit of spikes for 3 times in a row. That was the dumbest. I did lose a whole bunch of rosary beads, which are basically the game's currency. I did lose, I think, like around 500 or 600 rosary beads this time, because I had like made it to the end of an area that didn't really have a bench in it, and then on my way back to my corpse I had died, and I was like, well, crap, that sucks. I could have really used all of those rosary beads, because like 500 or 600 beads is still a whole lot at this point in the game, which is frustrating, but like not really that frustrating, because that's just kind of how the game goes.
Yeah,
that's just the nature of the beast. So
those rosary beads would just make the game easier, and you're not here for an easy game.
That's right. I'm not here to be coddled.
No.
Silksong. That's right.
Take your charity elsewhere.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving all the voice acting. I talked about it on stream, but I've seen a lot of people on the internet saying like, I can't believe this game doesn't have any voice acting. It does. All the like gibberish language that all the bugs use in this game, that's voice acting, and it's real good. That's why Baffinata is so famous from the first game. That's voice acting, baby. Like that's what it is. And there are way more characters in this game, and there's way more fun characters that are super memorable in this, and it's more Hollow Knight, but kind of maximalized, of harder, way more bosses, way more enemy fighting arenas, way more characters, way more text in this game, and like all of it is really, really great. And I love it. It just clicks with me in this kind of way that like a Dark Souls, Soulsborne inspired Metroidvania kind of did like before. And I can't explain it, but I love it. Sickos like me. Recommended for sickos like me. 2 thumbs up. But that's all I'll be playing this week, so let's take a break. Yeah, Pharaoh Reigns is right. A-Ra is the stem of this game for me. It's what Hornet says when she calls the big beast that is the fast travel thing. She does like an A-Ra sort of thing. A lot of people say Shaw, which is I don't remember what she says, what she does when she does Shaw, but that's like one of her attacks.
Is that I was going to say it has to be an attack noise if Link has taught me anything.
Exactly, yeah. And there's like Ren is the one that I really like. It was the noise that she makes when she heals. That one's really good too. Game's great. I love it. All right, are you guys ready? Wrap this bad boy up. And I say that seeing this giant list of releases we have, making it sound like it's going to go quickly. Yeah. All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of September 22nd, 2025. Baby Steps comes out on PS5 and PC. This is the new like funny control game made by where is it, the Bennett Foddy of Getting Over It and all of that, and some of the developers of Ape Out. So it's you've probably seen it. The guy in the onesie is like walking sort of stutter step up a mountain and falling over because you're kind of controlling the limbs independently. So if that's been a thing that you have seen and you're like, oh man, that game looks pretty funny, I want to have trouble walking through a walking simulator, I guess Baby Steps is probably the game.
Is it like a 3D version of, what was it, QWOP?
Yeah, I think that I want to say that was also Bennett Foddy, but I don't entirely remember. But it's that same sort of thing of like you're using your inputs to step one like footstep at a time, but it doesn't
walk off a ledge.
Yeah, like it doesn't control correctly. So I don't know. These aren't the games from. I was just talking about my Sickos game of like Hollow Knight, but this is a different type of complementary Sicko, and that's not me. So my walking simulators are in Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, I need you to strap a baby to my chest for me to enjoy these games. Apparently.
A baby and some cargo. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where's my cargo and Bennett Foddy? Come on, sheesh. Next game up here, Blippo Plus comes out on Switch and PC. Apparently, this was the non-color version of this game came out on the Playdate. The little yellow console with the
crank.
I have mine here that's been uncharged for months. Sorry, Playdate. Apparently, the black and white version of this came out a number of months ago. They call this a live-action FMV cable TV simulation game. And I'm not entirely sure how you play this game, but it's like the intro to MGS4, where you're flipping through channels on a TV, and there are just TV shows happening as you're flipping through the TV. So, like...
Man, it's like old school TV.
It's like public access TV, like from the 80s.
But you also have like the channel number in the top right, and like the giant digits, and yeah.
So it's a very cool looking game. Like it really evokes that specific era. We were talking about the like Betamax VHS Laserdisc era during the Outcast this week. Like it really evokes that kind of like Betamax era of stuff. So. I don't know what you're gonna do, but it sure looks cool.
You're just gonna channel surf, yeah.
Yeah, if that's all the game is, that looks pretty cool. Get more FMV games here. Next game here is Slime Rancher 2, coming out of early access on PS5 series consoles and PC. Continue the ventures of Beatrix LeBeau as she journeys across the slime sea to Rainbow Island, and you do your, what are they called? Plorps. What was the funny word?
Plorps.
Plorps. Yeah.
And then it was plop dung was the was the thing that you collected after you fed them.
Yeah. Plorps is just such a great term. But it's been in early access for I think a couple of years at this point, like 2 or 3 years or something. And everything I've seen from people of it in early access is like, yep, it's a Slime Rancher sequel. I'm having a bunch of fun with my slimes, and you're just kind of doing the slime thing again. So I think that sounds, as someone who didn't play the first one, I think that sounds pretty cool. So I don't. Did either of you play the first Slime Rancher?
Yeah,
I played like a couple of hours of it, and
Okay.
then I was like, "This is really great. I'll get back to this at some point soon."
I played it a ton with my kids,
Oh,
and that
okay.
was right around the time that I found out that if you leave certain slimes, they will merge together and make different slimes.
Oh.
Because
Uh-huh.
I had left to go do something, and I came back, and all of the slimes that I had were all like I had all these different ones, and now I had one type of slime.
Oh,
I
jeez.
was like,
Okay.
what happened?
Gosh.
So
Okay.
it was a pretty cool mechanic though.
Yeah, yeah. So excited to see how this one is received. It seems like people really love these games. So excited that this one came out of early access. Speaking of games coming out of early access, Hades 2 coming out of early access on Switch, Switch 2, PC, and Mac OS. I feel like this is one of the games this year that needs almost no introduction. It's the sequel to one of the biggest roguelikes of all time, and the like introductory point of roguelikes for a whole bunch of peeps. And I'm very happy it's finally coming out of early access so we can play it on Wii Roguelike it eventually.
Cool.
At the moment, we're playing another giant game that came out of early access on Wii Roguelike it. But I everything I have seen from this, because I've tried to keep like a little bit of an eye on it of like non-spoilery stuff. Everyone is like, "Yeah, man, this game's real great, just like the first one was real great. You wanted more Hades? It's that with just a lot more stuff. So
Cool.
I don't know how you can go wrong with that. I feel like I've kind of cooled on Hades over the years since the first one, and I'm hoping that going into Hades 2 and playing this, I'm hoping that maybe playing this I'll be like, oh yeah, no, Hades was real great. Like these games are kind of singular and,
Yeah.
and outstanding for a reason. So Hades 2.
Go check out WeRogueLikeIt.com to see where Hades 1 sits on the list.
That's right. You might be surprised. But I think from a gameplay perspective, it looks like more of Hades. So it's not like, now it's a first-person shooter. You know, it's nothing like that. It's really that same isometric kind of hack and slash thing. So we'll see. We'll get to it eventually. Next up, Silent Hill F coming out on PS5, Series consoles, and PC. Kind of a significantly different vibe and area for Silent Hill here, but still looks very Silent Hill. Again, if you've listened to almost literally any episodes of this show, you know that I'm a giant chicken, so I'm going to be checking out Slime Rancher 2 way before I'll be checking out something like Silent Hill F. But
Cuddle with
Until
the
we get
slime, not
those
be attacked by
patronages
it.
up to $250 a month, please.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's
Let's
right.
get
I'll-
him playing scary
I'll play
movies,
something like this
scary
on
games.
stream. That's for sure.
I
I
don't
Please
stream
know.
remember, you
Silent Hill F is a hell of a starting point
Uh-huh.
for it.
I stream 5 days
That's
a
why it's
week. I stream every weekday. I've got
That's why-
plenty of time to
That's
put
why
in
the
my
starting
schedule.
point is going to be Resident Evil 7.
That's right.
We all know this.
Yeah, all the way in the
Mhm.
deep end. Yeah. So
And
people
don't
seem
forget, when you get your tax return, you can also gift your friends a full year subscription.
That's right. People seem really pumped about this in a way that I feel like people haven't been for Silent Hill for a while. So I'm hoping that this turns out really great, because I feel like Silent Hill hasn't really had its time in the sun, other than like the surprisingly good Bloober remakes. Those were pretty
Yeah.
good. So
And it's the first Silent Hill game, I believe, that's outside of America. I believe all
As far
of
as
them
I
have been
know,
within
yeah.
America.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting too.
Yeah. So I'm hoping this one turns out to be really great. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds also comes out this week. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series console, Switch, and PC. It's the next Sonic racing game. I really liked Sonic Racing Transformed, I think it was, or
Sounds right.
maybe I don't remember if that was the first one. I really liked one of those. This one looks really good too. People are saying that this one might be more of a return to form than maybe the last one. I think the last one maybe didn't really click with people as much as some kart racing fans were really expecting it too. But this one looks really cool. So Hatsune Miku is in there apparently as well, because why not? She's everywhere.
Sure.
She's big. She's huge right now. So that's coming out this week. Next up is Tokyo Extreme Racer is coming out of early access on PC. You haven't seen this. This is a really cool racing game that takes place in like a closed loop around Tokyo. So it's like a closed loop Tokyo freeway thing where you're challenging other racers that are on the loop, and these are all NPCs. It's not an online game or anything, but you're kind of like making your way through the ranks and improving your skills and improving your car and stuff like that, as you're going through these kind of like picturesque racing experiences in this giant Tokyo loop. So people really liked this in early access. I haven't really kept an eye on what has been different between early access and the final release, other than kind of it having a lot more content. But people really clicked with it when it came out in early access. So I'm really curious to see how people receive the final version here. So that's Tokyo Extreme Racer. Next up, Atelier Reslariana. Do you know how to pronounce that?
Reslariana, yeah.
The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian comes out PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. If you knew nothing about the Atelier games from the title, you could guess it. Yes, it's a JRPG. Another game in the storied crafting series.
Yeah.
Except for the last one, which didn't do that much crafting.
The last one was fine. I feel like the last one was just way more streamlined than it needed to be.
Yeah.
But this one goes. This one is turn-based combat.
Okay.
And you have, not only do you have a store that you are also managing.
Yeah,
again,
let's go.
The store, depending on what you stock in it, also determines how the village that the store is located builds up.
Oh no, my weakness.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I will also say too, there is a mobile game that shares almost the same name until you get to like the subtitling.
Oh, sure.
They're two completely different games. This is a normal console version of the game. It is not mobile. It is not a gacha, but it does have like past Atelier main characters do show up in this game.
Oh, okay.
In kind of, I haven't been able to find any way that really describes it, but like in some of the screenshots, you see like characters from like Sophie and Riza in here. So I don't know how it's all tied together, but it is not a mobile. This is not the mobile game. That's still ongoing elsewhere.
That's a whole separate problem.
Yeah, but I am ecstatic for this game. But unfortunately, I probably will not get to it anytime soon. But it's coming soon.
Check out a future episode of this very podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, EA Sports FC 26, coming out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series Consoles, Switch 2, and PC. Again, we're not the sports guys. I just want to mention this because I think it's cool when more sports games come out. Again, I can't figure out what the difference is between this one. I'm going to be less than generous and say it's an EA game, so probably nothing, based on last year.
Yep.
And I feel like I have a 75% chance of being right, which sucks.
Probably. There'll be a different person on the cover.
Exactly.
And you can still spend billions of dollars doing Ultimate Team.
That's right. Get your account hacked on your Xbox 360 right now so someone can buy Ultimate Team packs. When you could be buying pin packs. How's that for a callback? Yeah.
I wonder if they'll have the updated rosters with Alexander Isak playing for Liverpool now.
Oh, there you go. The home team.
Guess you'll have to buy it and let us know.
That's right. please don't. I think we're fine. Next up, Pac-Man World 2 Repack comes out. PS4, PS5, Series Console, Switch 2, and PC. Just like the last one, this is it's like a remake of the Pac World 2 original game, which I know people have a lot of affection for. And this looks like another great. Apparently, the last one was really good. The remake of the previous one was really solid and kind of from what I hear, takes a game that at its core was really solid and kind of modernized it in a way that didn't lose what made the original one kind of fun, but made it a lot more playable. So
Cool.
it's cool. Seems great. Neat. Next up is Consume Me, coming out on PC. The game that moved its release date out of the way of Silksong and then moved it right into the way of Hades 2, which the main developer took to Blue Sky. She was wearing clown paint to announce that this is still coming out on the same release date. I like her description of the game here. It's an independent game. Consume Me is a darkly humorous personal game about my relationship with food. The project started out as a collection of prototypes which drew from my past experiences with dieting and disordered eating. And has a very cool art style. I think we talked about it this past year on Day of the Devs, or last year's Day of the Devs, I think, and I've been kind of keeping an eye on it since then. Looks like a really cool... We were talking about this with and Roger lately, of like, I want to see more games like this with a small team or like one developer who's telling a very personal story through the gameplay of this stuff and telling like a very unique story of theirs in kind of a very personal way. I want more games like this, so I'm hoping that Consume Me turns out to be really cool because it seems really neat. If you haven't seen footage of this or gameplay of this, you really should. It has such a cool, unique art style going for it.
It reminds me of the other game we played with the cooking, Venba.
Venba, yep.
Reminds
Yeah, it
me
has
of
a
the Venba
very
art style.
kind of like similar art style, yeah. Next game here is Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 1 Re-Raptored. Comes out on PC. This is not by Strange Scaffold. This is by a company called Pedalboard Games. Strange Scaffold has licensed out... This is the first game they're licensing out to another studio for them to make a remaster of a game that never came out. So it's a remaster of Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 1. Which,
well, that's right, because the first one they put out was 2, and there never was.
It was 3, actually. Yeah,
or 3. Yeah,
and they were like,
okay.
"Yeah, don't worry about 1 or 2. You know, we all know about what happened with those guys." It's just like, huh? Okay, sure. So the Pedalboard game.
I was just sitting here thinking, didn't this game just come out? Why are they doing a
why are they
bit?
remastering a game that came out 6 months ago? Yeah, no, they're remastering the first game, which never came out, which I think is just a really great continuation of a great joke, and I'm really interested to see how another team other than Strange Scaffold takes the Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion stuff and kind of modifies it and kind of takes it and runs with it. I think that sounds really fun.
Nice.
So, Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 1 Re-Raptored comes out on PC. And last but certainly not least, we have NBA Bounce, which comes out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series Console, Switch, and PC. This is a 3-on-3, kid-friendly and kind of kid-focused basketball game. In all of this stuff, the line that they're using is welcome to NBA Bounce, a family-friendly basketball game where little ballers get their time to shine on the court. So you can play up to 4 players locally, and it really is just like a kid's version of NBA Jam, it looks like. And that looks really cool, because I think as we've all sort of found out, when your kid is like, hey, I want to play a game, it's like, yeah, cool, a lot of these are kind of a little bit too complicated or a little bit too eager to have you fail something rather than let a kid just have fun for a little bit. So that
as long as they've got the announcer and there's someone going, he's on fire.
Yeah, that's right.
You just hear your kid running around saying that all the time.
That's right.
My big question here is who developed it, who published it, and is there microtransactions?
Yeah, I actually don't. Let's look at the IGDB here real quick. I didn't write down who. It doesn't seem like there are microtransactions here. Published by Outright Games, who did Barbie Horse Trails, Paw Patrol Rescue, They published the Bluey video game. They published a whole bunch of kids. Gabby's Dollhouse, Peppa Pig, my friend Peppa Pig. I'm sorry. We are friends.
The funny thing is, Moon, you've played most of those.
Uh-huh.
So this seems like
I played like 2 of those.
So this seems like it should be up the alley of, this might have interesting achievements that are easy to get.
It was shown in the
I literally...
Go ahead.
Did you have true achievements up?
As you're saying that, I'm pulling it up to see if the achievement list has been announced yet, which it has not.
Feyrer in chat
Okay.
says, "Oh, they published Moonpier games."
Yeah. Cozy Moonpier games.
That's right. This game was featured in the Nintendo Partner Direct showcase in July, so I'm going to assume it's not a microtransactions nightmare, because usually on the Nintendo ones, they don't feature stuff unless they make it and publish it. Usually it's not kind of gotcha or microtransactions nightmares. So if it is, we'll hear about it from Patrick Klepek pretty soon, I would assume. He's usually on top of that stuff. So all right.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was going to defend myself with saying, hey, why don't you come at me with your best games from the TA ratio leaderboard if you're going to give me crap about playing my friend Peppa Pig.
Uh-huh.
And then, my old school record was NBA Live 2015, which had a whole bunch of microtransaction nightmares in there. It turns out Grounded and Descenders are higher scoring than that now.
Oh, Grounded especially.
And I'm not giving you crap for playing those games.
It's
honestly, I'm
games,
glad.
bro.
I'm glad one of us has the ability to check out some of the kid-friendly games and be like, no, this is crap, don't touch it, or
100%.
hey, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, don't play the Bluey video game, by the way. It's very bad.
Yeah, because I don't have time to check out. I barely have time to play the games I want to play right now that are full of blood, gore, and sex.
Right.
And shout out to the best character action game for kids, Disney's Bolt on the Xbox 360.
Yes.
Yeah.
The classic. Yeah. All right, that's all of our releases. The whole video game industry is like on fire, and I don't want to talk about
the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's just the news stories are the worst, so I really don't want to talk about any of them, which means we're at the end of our episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. TVGP.tv. You can find and follow us on the right-hand side of that very page. And you can find all of these episodes there as well. Don't forget to hit us on the Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. Hang out with the best community on the internet. I don't say that lightly. It's just a group of the best and kindest people on the internet. And the most also junk food interested people out there as well.
Very heavily food motivated.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Get some enrichment in my cage and be food.
Speaking of what?
Oh,
I haven't even tried them yet. My family are going to try them tonight, but I have the Reese's Oreo minis.
There you go. The little miniature cups.
So
jealous.
they'll be,
Justin was saying that those things are absolutely banging incredible.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I didn't
so
need to hear that. Now I need to go find them.
look out on Discord for
Or
my
the flip
family's
side
opinion.
of it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Favor's Torek is right. Bring your weird questions, put them in thread to be unearthed months later. Yeah, hit us up in the podcast questions channel. I'm sort of gathering those over time, and we'll sort of unseal the vault once we need to skip an episode here. Don't forget the YouTube channel. Anything that hits the public feed has a video version with it as well. With that pup, this show, Game Club, We Were Like It, the whole kit and caboodle. And don't forget to support us if you can financially over at e1m1.cash.
The ones are the numbers.
$5 a month is recommended here. They cut you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. If you can't support us financially, please rate us positively only on your podcatcher of choice. That really does help feed the algorithm and help more people find our show for the very first time, which we greatly appreciate. I think that's it. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Nimp. What are your titles?
I've only got a few, but I really feel like Put Your Face Away.
That's my front runner for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of the only one to really mention. Moon, do you have anything else outside of that one?
This is going to be a problem. Vibe check. Dome him once. All's fair in love and democracy is a
That's
a
another one I
standout
have
for
down.
me.
Yeah, I have that one too.
One of those sickos is the only other one.
I think it's got to be
was saying
Put
the-
Your Face Away.
Yeah, I was like, because the only other one I have is that itch to fill bars, which is
That's a good one, but
everyone's.
that's like a TVGP classic. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. I gotta put any objections to Put Your Face Away.
Nope.
No,
Circling it. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 935 for September 22nd, 2025. Put your face away.
The consequences of a daddy's girl.
I've already been fed. Leave me alone.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for listening or watching. We do greatly appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.